Welcome to Sports Day Tribune, where we're diving into the shocking upset that has the basketball world buzzing. Clark and Angel Reese leading Team WNBA to victory over Team USA, exposing some serious flaws in Cheryl Reeve's decision-making. Before we get into the juicy details, help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can bring you even more hard-hitting sports coverage. Hit that subscribe button and join the Sports Day Tribune family. Now, let's talk about the WNBA All-Star Game that has everyone questioning Team USA's Olympic roster. In a stunning turn of events, Team WNBA, led by the dynamic duo of Clark and Angel Reese, took down the supposedly superior Team USA with a final score of 117-109. This wasn't just any ordinary All-Star game. It was a statement, a declaration, that some of the best talent in women's basketball might be watching the Olympics from home this summer. At the center of this controversy is Cheryl Reeve, Team USA's head coach, who made the controversial decision to leave Clark off the Olympic roster. Clark, the Indiana Fever sensation who's been tearing up the WNBA in her rookie season, has been the subject of heated debate ever since that announcement. And boy, did she make Reeve eat her words on Saturday night. Let's break down Clark's performance, shall we? This rookie phenom didn't just show up, she showed out. Clark set a new rookie record for assists in a WNBA All-Star Game with 10 dimes. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the way she controlled the game, the flair and vision she brought to every possession. One moment in particular stands out as the perfect encapsulation of Clark's brilliance and the egg on Reeve's face. Picture this. Cheryl Reeve is in the middle of a live interview on the sideline, probably trying to justify her roster decisions for the umpteenth time. Suddenly, the action on the court demands everyone's attention. Clark, with the ball in her hands, unleashes a pass so breathtaking, so audacious, that it stops Reeve mid-sentence. The pass, a no-look bullet to her Indiana Fever teammate Aliyah Boston, wasn't just impressive. It was a statement. It was Clark saying, "Hey, Coach Reeve, you sure you don't want this on your Olympic team?" The stunned look on Reeve's face said it all. In that moment, every basketball fan watching at home was thinking the same thing. How on earth is this girl not going to Paris? But Clark wasn't the only snubbed star shining bright in this game. Let's talk about Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky powerhouse, who, like Clark, was left off the Olympic roster. Reese came into this game with a chip on her shoulder and left with a double-double, putting up 11 points and 11 rebounds. It was a performance that screamed, "I belong with the best." The chemistry between Clark and Reese was palpable. These two young stars, who have faced off as rivals in college and now in the pros, joined forces to show the basketball world what could have been for Team USA. Their connection on the court was seamless, as if they'd been teammates for years, not fierce competitors. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Noah, it's just an all-star game. It doesn't mean anything. But let me stop you right there. This wasn't your typical all-star game where defense is optional and everyone's just there to have a good time. This was personal. This was Team WNBA, a group of players who felt overlooked and underappreciated, going up against the cream of the crop, the chosen ones for the Olympics. And they didn't just compete, they dominated. Let's not forget about Arike Ogunbowale, another player who probably should be packing her bags for Paris right now. All she did was casually break the All-Star Game scoring record with 34 points. That's right, 34 points against what's supposed to be the best team in the world. If that doesn't make you question the selection process, I don't know what will. Now, to be fair, Team USA wasn't completely outclassed. They had their bright spots, particularly Breanna Stewart and A'ja Wilson. Stewart poured in an impressive 31 points, while Wilson added 22 of her own. These performances remind us why they're on the Olympic roster. But here's the thing, it wasn't enough. Not against the hunger and determination of Team WNBA. This game has sent shockwaves through the basketball community, and the fallout is just beginning. Social media has been ablaze with fans and pundits alike questioning Cheryl Reeve's decision-making. One fan summed it up perfectly, tweeting, Cheryl Reeve getting her ass kicked by Clark and the other Olympic snubs is art. Another pointed out, Cheryl Reeve so pissed Caitlin Clark is the best point guard in this game. The criticism isn't just coming from keyboard warriors either. Basketball experts and former players are weighing in, many of them bewildered by the absence of Clark and Reese from the Olympic roster. The question on everyone's mind is, how can you justify leaving these players at home when they're clearly performing at an elite level? This game has put Cheryl Reeve in a very uncomfortable position. She stood by her decisions so far, even after Clark led her Indiana Fever to a win over Reeve's Minnesota Lynx earlier in the season. But this is different. This was a direct comparison on the same court at the same time between the players she chose and the players she left behind. And the results speak for themselves. The timing of this couldn't be worse for Team USA. The Paris Olympics are less than a week away. There's no time for major roster changes, no opportunity to right this wrong before the games begin. Team USA will head to Paris with this loss hanging over their heads, and with every basketball fan in America wondering what could have been. But let's take a moment to appreciate what we witnessed in this game. Beyond the controversy and the second guessing, we saw the future of women's basketball on full display. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese showed why they're two of the most exciting young players in the game today. Their performances were a glimpse into what the next generation of basketball stars looks like, fearless, skilled, and ready to take on the world. This game also highlighted the incredible depth of talent in the WNBA. The fact that a team of snubs could take down the Olympic squad is a testament to how many great players are in this league. It's a double-edged sword for USA basketball on one hand. It's great to have so many talented players to choose from. On the other hand, it makes the selection process that much more scrutinized when you leave players like Clark and Reese off the roster. As we look ahead to the Olympics, this game has added an extra layer of intrigue to the women's basketball tournament. Team USA is still the favorite to win gold, but they're no longer the invincible force they once appeared to be. Every game they play will be watched with a critical eye, with fans and analysts alike wondering how different things might be with Clark running the point, or Reese battling in the paint. For Cheryl Reeve, the pressure is now immense. Anything less than a gold medal will be seen as a failure, and even if they do bring home the gold, questions will persist about whether they could have been even more dominant with a different roster. It's a no-win situation for Reeve, who will have to answer for her decisions regardless of the outcome in Paris. But let's end on a positive note, shall we? This game, controversial as it may be, was a win for women's basketball as a whole. It generated buzz, sparked debate, and showcased the incredible talent in the WNBA. It proved that the league is more than just a stepping stone to international play. It's a showcase for some of the best basketball talent in the world. For players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, this game was a platform to prove their worth on a national stage. They seized that opportunity with both hands, delivering performances that will be talked about for years to come. They may not be going to Paris, but they've ensured that their names will be on everyone's lips throughout the Olympic tournament. As we wrap up our coverage of this incredible WNBA All-Star Game, I can't help but feel excited for the future of women's basketball. With young stars like Clark and Reese leading the way, the sky's the limit for this sport. The only question is, will USA basketball be smart enough to recognize this talent before the next Olympics roll around? That's all for now from Sports Day Tribune. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and join us for more in-depth coverage of all things sports. Until next time, I'm Noah, reminding you that in sports, as in life, sometimes the best team isn't the one with the fanciest uniforms. It's the one with the biggest hearts and the most to prove. Good night, and may your crossovers always be crisp and your jump shots always be wet.